Hey, y'all, I think the tragic train derailment in East Ohio is an appropriate indicator of the current state of this capitalist husk of a country. And the company behind it all, Norfolk Southern, they came out the gate handling things with a comically apathetic and heartless approach. They initially had planned to give all the affected townspeople a $1,000 convenience fee. To be fair to them, I imagine watching everything you've ever known go up in chemical flames is probably pretty inconvenient, but the number they landed on is very telling. I picture them in their boardroom just like, okay, sir, you've got to give these people something, all right? Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, what is the value of the entire life and livelihood of one Rust Belt trailer person? $1,000? I mean, after all, how much brick-shaped cheese do these people really need, you know? Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, but hey, could you put a provision in there that says they have to physically come in to get the check? That way we can have them kneel down and be slapped across the face first in accordance with company policy. Thanks, buddy. The whole thing's been horrific, and it's come with a lot of finger-pointing, of course. Who's to blame? Is it Biden, Buttigieg, big train? I think it's the same roiling, toxic lifeblood that's been coursing through this country's veins since at least the damn cotton gin. Corporate greed. Right? How much clearer of a message could they send that they will never value you over profit? They will never do the right thing. They must be forced at legislative gunpoint to do so. All right, and I don't know who's going to do that. I'm not going to act like the Democrats have stood up to big money enough. On the contrary, I assume they've developed a serious and chronic back condition from all the bending over they've done throughout the years. But the Democrats, at least, are not openly antagonistic to two of the only forces that actually are working in opposition to this bullshit: unions and regulations. Right. Right before Congress shut their strike down, the Rail Workers Union tried to warn us about this. They said they're cutting costs everywhere, no regards to safety. It's going to end badly. And we collectively responded to that with, all right, buddy, why don't you put your striped hat on and go back to pulling the choo-choo whistle, okay? And look at us now. All right, and regulations, they may be a boring subject, but regulations are the only thing standing between us and a world of neon rivers and canned meat that tastes suspiciously like Uncle Randy. All right, and that's the future the companies want. Okay, and the Democrats may not be standing in their way enough, but the Republicans have been rolling out the green carpet for them. Their interests are completely aligned here. Republicans are openly and actively trying to abolish unions, gut the EPA, roll back child labor laws, and increase the retirement age. All right, so working people, I want you to look at that look at East Ohio right now, and then look me in the eyes and tell me you still believe they're on your side.
Trey Crowder, everybody. Trey Crowder. Yep. Yep. Corporate greed. Corporate greed. Whenever you're looking for a reason why things are exploding, or a reason why things, are like axles are on fire, or bearings are just burning through, train tracks, corporate greed. Corporate greed. It's so interesting to me in this weird way. You have people out there that are suddenly like, we need to pay attention to the train derailment in East Ohio. Nobody pays attention to anything in East Ohio, okay? Nobody does, ever. I lived in Southeast Ohio. I lived in Southern Ohio, and I'm telling you, that was, 30 years ago, and nobody cared about that place. Nobody gave a damn about that place. Now, all of a sudden, they're all dying. They're dying of, fentanyl. They're all dying before that. They're dying, the pill mills are killing them, and there's one pharmacy in western Kentucky that's supplying the entire Ohio Valley with oxycodone and Roxycodone. Please give me a freaking break. Nobody cares about any of that, okay? The only people in the world that are trying to solve the problem of the accidents that are happening on the rails, the accidents that are happening in the sky, the accidents that are happening on the highway, are Democrats, okay? And yes, there are corporate Democrats. There are blue dog Democrats. There are people that, actually will get, fractures, stress fractures in their back from bending over for the corporate, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying it. But there are people that do that, and we need less of them, and we need more of us. There's no question about that, right? I mean, the industry told you this. We had a rail strike, okay, that was in the offing. Remember this? Anybody remember this? And the rail strikers were trying to tell you trying to tell you the money's okay. It's the schedule that's killing us, okay? We need some sick days. We're putting off doctor's appointments. We can't get a day off. Mistakes are going to get made. People are exhausted. And that's why we're threatening to strike. It has nothing to do with the money, right? They kept telling you that. They kept on telling you this is going to result in something tragic happening because the maintenance isn't being done, because we're exhausted, because we're stretched too thin. And it's all about this precision scheduling that Wall Street demands from the railroads.